Hey, it's Tommy Murray here with y'all today, just chatting a little bit about my upcoming record, which is called Still Alive. It's going to be released on May 31st in all digital stores, Amazon, Apple Music, Spotify, Peloton, if you want to, right, everywhere. May 31st, so about 2 weeks from now, and there's a couple guys joining me today. I wanted to chat with them because they actually participated in making the record. They appear on the album, and so that would be none other than Lawrence DeShields and Scott Allen, and just wanted to. Well, first of all, thanks, guys, for doing it, and thanks for being here right now. So it's good to see you guys. I'm currently in McHenry, Illinois, which is a suburb far northwest of Chicago. Lawrence, you are in Chicago, correct?
Yes, northwest side, Chicago.
And Scott, tell everybody where you are.
I am in Sacramento, California.
So there you go. We're nationwide.
Nationwide.
That's
it's
right.
on your side, actually.
That's right. So we can start with Lawrence. Actually, I think we were talking about this before. Well, you played drums on a song called Down. Down, right. That's one of the newer or newest songs, actually, that was written. Like we were talking before, you really kind of kickstarted this thing in a way, because I wasn't even planning on recording anything really, and then well, you did your own album, right, which is still out there.
Yes,
Tell
sir.
everybody about that real quick.
Well, yeah, I put out a project in 2019. It's entitled "Don't Hit Me When You Hear This," and still streaming everywhere you stream music.
Yeah. So cool. Lawrence and I have been talking about playing together for a long time, and yes. we just it seemed like we never would get around to it. But Lawrence is a great drummer, and I wanted him to play on a track. So how did we do this? We did this. I wanted you to just give me a beat, like Janet Jackson would say, right? And how did it work?
Basically, you had actually. I think the way we did this one was you just wanted, give me a beat. That was before we heard any music, or before I heard anything.
Yeah.
And then you put the music to it, which I've never worked that way before. Mm-hmm. Anytime I recorded drums for anyone, I've never worked that way before. So that was new. But it was great because, I guess the element of surprise is like, what's going to come of this once I send the drums out. So that was pretty dope, pretty new for me and dope.
And it sounds really, really good. It just came together really good, really easily. And it was so once it happened, once it got finished, then my brain, my creativity, whatever, was like, okay, now let's see what else we can do. Because like I said, I wasn't really planning on doing anything like this, but it just turned into something all of a sudden, and it had basically a lot to do with the song, the way the song Down came out, and the way It was cool. And what were you saying?
Just love when that happens.
Yeah, right. And what were you saying about the thing about, because we attempted this before and it didn't quite work, but you were saying something about how you haven't really played rock before or something like that?
Yeah, like I grew up in church, so that's where I started everything that I do. But then I transitioned, and now through school, like learning classical, jazz, and all that stuff. I never really touched rock before, and so I feel like kind of like soft rock, because like church now, contemporary Christian music is like it's rock-ish or esque rather. But to actually play a rock record, haven't done it yet. And so this was another new thing for me to do. And it came out really well. Like I think I said before, I didn't play like a rock drummer or what I thought a rock drummer would play. I just played like myself. You did what you did, and it just came together really well. And so I just thought that was really cool.
Yeah. So is it? That's basically it. There wasn't a whole lot to it. It didn't take very long, and that always makes me happy because I don't like stuff taking a long time. I just want to get it done.
I've learned.
So Lawrence is on the track Down. He plays drums on it. That's one of the newer songs. And I don't know, it was just a good experience. We had another song kind of in the hopper that unfortunately I couldn't really, still haven't finished. So just talking about what I was just saying before, I don't like stuff taking forever. So stuff like that most of the time, unfortunately, falls through the cracks, and I don't know, I might come back to it at some point.
Oh, we'll make sure that happens. Trust me, I will.
All right, okay, but so I don't know. That's the track that Lawrence plays on, and I'm really, really happy with the way it turned out. You have any other thoughts about it or anything?
No, I mean, I think I share the same sentiment. I love the way it turned out. I can't wait for people to hear it. I can't wait for people who know me to hear it, honestly. To kind of introduce, I guess, like people to this type of music that I'm doing. So most people, they don't really, people be like, I listen to all types of music. Oh, do you listen to rock? No. Like, and that's kind of how shallow some people are. But then I feel like a lot of people who may rock with me or just know me, they're going to listen to it just because I played on it, just out of support, I guess, and it'll kind of open them up a little bit. I mean, I think that's just what music does. Like, that's the power of music, if you will. So I just can't wait for people to hear it. And I'm just excited for my friend to be dropping a project. So
there you go. Thanks. Thank you. And couldn't have did it without you. So there you go. And once again, the album's still alive. It's out May 31st. Now, before I forget, we're going to jump over to Scott here. But there is another Tommy Murray.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, so I hope that doesn't cause a bunch of confusion, but what I and Lawrence and Scott, what we're talking about this album, it's called Still Alive. It's not out. It's not out yet. Lawrence, you said you're going to have the cover on the...
Cover's on the screen.
Okay.
Dates on the screen. All that stuff is on the screen.
So pay attention to what you're downloading because there is another Tommy Murray, and he actually has an album cover that looks pretty similar to mine. I can't remember what it's called, but
doesn't matter.
Yeah. Anyways, so now Scott Allen on the drums, also a drummer, just like Lawrence.
Nice.
and guitar player and everything else. Scott and I, just to mention real quick, I don't want to get all long-winded about anything, but Scott and I played together for a long time in Michigan, in the Detroit area, in a band called Infection, and so we have a lot of history of playing music together, and it's actually almost been 30 years, Scott, since we first started playing. Can you believe that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
It will be pretty soon.
Yeah.
So anyhow, Scott is also playing on the album Still Alive. He plays on a song called, and it's actually, I got to be honest, full disclosure, what Lawrence played on is brand new, just written. Everything Scott is on is old stuff that hasn't maybe necessarily been heard, or I'll kind of take you through it real quick. So the first song is that Scott is involved in is a song called Alice's Box. And actually, that song is all me on this. It's a re-recorded version of it. But Scott wrote the lyrics, I wrote the music, and when we played it back in the day, Scott sang it. This on this version that on my album now, I'm singing it, but he he wrote the lyrics. You got anything to say real quick about Alice's Box, Scott? You remember writing it? How do we write it?
You came to me with some music in my basement, and we were like just tooling around with it. And I remember just thinking it had like a Alice in Chains vibe, which is where the kind of Alice came from, because it reminded me of that.
Right.
And I was working this job that I hated, and I just kind of like wrote the lyrics about like my experience at work,
right?
But in a vague kind of way, so it's kind of universal.
Right.
Yeah, it's just about being fed up and like not going to take it anymore.
Right. Yeah. And that goes to that's we're still alive. I'm still here. I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
So, and it's cool, and I always loved that song, and I guess secretly in my always wanted to sing it.
You actually did once, because nobody ever expected the drummer to sing when we would play live. So we would start the song and my mic wouldn't be on, and I remember on a couple occasions you had to sing it, at least the first verse, because they didn't turn my mic on.
I think I remember doing that once, but
but that was always
cool. Yeah, thanks. You always sang it. So, but I always loved the song. I wanted to do it, and I wanted to sing it. So there.
And you did a good job, man.
Thanks.
Sounds good.
Thanks.
From what I've heard. Yeah.
So there's that. So Scott wrote that with me. Then there's another song called Conflict, which that's the one you're actually playing drums on.
Yeah.
And I have no idea, and you probably don't either. I'm guessing that we recorded that when we were recording our full length back in whenever, 03 or whenever that was, and we just didn't use it.
At Nate's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my best guess, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember. I remember we used to play that song all the time. And it was it's a great song. So I'm glad it's going to be on the album, We
never put it out on anything.
No, we played it live a few times, but yeah.
So there's that, and then the last song with Scott on it is a song called "Starry Eyes," which is actually kind of a poppy song. It's a little bit of a sugary, lovey-dovey kind of song about a girl. And
well, it's kind of got that Cheap Trick vibe, which is cool, you know.
So on that one you sing like a harmony vocal thing, and you did that. That's the track out of the three that you did with me, like what me and Lawrence did. We did it, remotely, sending files to each other,
Yeah, I remember you sent it to me, and I just heard that like harmony in the background, like in my head when I was listening to what you sent me. And I tried to do like this, like, I don't know, like John Lennon or Mutt Lang thing with like this like swell of like vocals.
Yeah.
So it was like there were kind of harmonies going on and stuff.
And I thought it turned out really good.
Oh,
it's
thanks.
funny because the first four songs on the album, the ones that the first song is called "Push Comes to Shove," and then the song that Lawrence plays on "Down," and Alice's Box, then "Conflict." All four of those songs are pretty aggressive, and pretty. And then it gets to "Starry Eyes," and the last song, which is called "Leave You Now," which is just me and an acoustic guitar. And those are the kind of the soft. There's quite a juxtaposition from the way it starts, and then it kind of ends on this soft, sweet, like.
Well, you got to have the cool down,
Yeah, I guess.
Like
so. That's how it ended up working out. But I don't know. What do you think overall about this whole thing, Scott?
I think it's pretty cool, and I'm glad to be a part of it. I like that
you're actually playing Alice's Box with some guys now, aren't you?
Yeah, we've only gotten together a couple times. Still teaching the bass player the parts, but. Yeah, it's pretty good. I had to learn your solo. I don't play it quite. I didn't play it quite as well, but it's getting there. But it's fun and it fits like perfectly. So I didn't want to change it or anything,
And I still think I played it wrong on this new version. I'm serious.
But
I think
I like the hammer-on like trill part.
Yeah.
Right before that.
Yeah.
The
bit. Well, anyways, we don't need to get it. There's something wrong there that's bugging me. But okay. Well, yeah. So these are so it's Scott and Lawrence, my fellow musicians, collaborators, what have you, that really actually played a pretty big part in the whole thing. Almost, they're kind of everywhere on the album, and it's good. It couldn't have worked without them, really. Like I said, and you got any parting thoughts, Lawrence?
I mean, not really. Just once again, I'm excited I don't know about you, Scott. I haven't heard the rest of the album, so I'm waiting with everyone else just to hear everything together. I can't wait on that. I wanted everybody to go ahead and download this record, purchase it. I tell my friends all the time. For me, and I stream my music, but for the stuff, people that I know especially, I buy it. Buy this record.
I bought yours.
I appreciate it. Yeah, so just buy this record. Support creators, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm also honored to be even asked to do it. So
Well,
thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, come on. I needed you. I needed you. So yeah, well, it was fun. Like I think like we were talking about before, you know, I can do. There's a couple of the songs where it is only me on it, and you know, I can do that. You know, I could sit here and just do something where I play everything on it, and you know, it's kind of like an exercise almost. It's just not. Yeah. It gets a little tedious. So to be able to play, you know, sort of, or to be able to collaborate with other people and create and, you know, and make the song, it's way more fun. It's way more fulfilling. I don't know.
For sure.
It just doesn't seem like a chore like it does when I'm doing the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Makes sense.
That's the way I feel about it. But
yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, so once again, Tommy Murray. The album's called Still Alive. You see the cover on the screen there. May 31st. Check it out. Amazon, Apple Music, Spotify, Peloton.
Tidal. I use Tidal. Tidal.
Oh, yeah. That as well. Tidal, right? Yeah. And it's also on the Touch Tunes jukebox things in bars. You can actually, it's on that too. So
shoot some pool and play.
Yeah, there you go. So you want to hear Scott and Lawrence rock out, and me also. Check the album out May 31st. So thanks, guys.
Peace.
See ya.